Islam means submission to God.
Okay.
So anyone who adheres to that is called a Muslim.
So then people can't be born Muslims if they don't have that belief, surely.
No, but we believe that belief system is ingrained in you as a child. So we're born with something called fitrah, which is natural inclination to believe in God. So when children are born, they only follow instincts. So we believe children, when they're born, before they've been socialized or indoctrinated to the belief system of the parents, they naturally submit to God. Unlike Christianity condemns every child and says that every child is born with a sin. So we don't believe, say we have a child, 10-year-old, 2, 5, 7, if they die, we believe they're innocent and they go straight to heaven. And we believe they were naturally submitting to God.
You believe in heaven and hell, yeah?
We do believe in heaven and hell, but we don't believe someone who's born with like some defaults, like mental health and so on. We believe they're free from judgment, and we believe they go straight to heaven. And people who haven't heard the message, someone who live in the Amazon forest, we believe God will give them either a test on the day of judgment and say to them, now you and the evidence is presented to you. Do you believe in me? That's what some of the scholars says, and some say they're straight going to heaven. We only believe those that are condemned in Islam is the one who heard the message. So people like him, who's been given countless time what Islam preaches and rejects the truth, will be perhaps will go to hell.
Yeah.
So,
hell, then.
no, I'm not saying we don't believe in individually. We don't believe. But we don't believe. It's a general rule. We're saying we're not allowed to, as Muslims, to say this individual will go to either hell or heaven. But it's a general rule. But what do you guys know about Islam? Because it's the most growing religion on the face of the earth.
I don't know too much.
I don't know enough about it.
Really? How long have you been a teacher, if I may ask?
Christianity. A fair amount.
Madam, we're trying to have an intellectual discussion. She's a hacker.
She understands two sides, not just one. You can give the Muslim side and give the Christian side. So what?
But to be fair, madam, we're trying to have a discussion.
What is the most important thing about Christianity?
I just say that, like, I guess I don't think very strongly either way.
Well, what comes to mind?
But madam,
when you think
at
of
the moment
Christianity?
you're just hackling the.
God is love, I guess.
Yes. Why do you believe God is love?
I just think if you believe in Him, then you have faith, and it guides you, I guess. It guides you.
So you don't have any reason for?
Well, I was born a Christian, so
Nobody's born a Christian.
But why don't instead of believing God, why don't we discuss who?
Nobody's born a Muslim. You decide it's something that you.
But madam, we were discussing the concept of God. Wouldn't that be a better thing to discuss about?
So why does a Muslim think that God is
But madam, with all respect, you're interrupting our discussion.
He died for us, so He has the moral right to forgive our sins.
But who did I want to ask? And maybe you can ask this question. I just wanted to say.
This is what a Christian believes: that God so loved the world that He sent His only Son to die for us. And as He said, no love has.
But does it make sense for someone to die for our sin?
Up his life for his friend, and God Himself gave it for His end. Now you may not believe that, but this is why we do believe that, and this is why we believe that God is a God of love.
What's your name, by the way? Laura, I wanted to ask what this lady has
said. The
said.
Muslim thinks Allah is loving.
Okay, if you allow me to speak, what we want to say is we believe God is just. And a just God. Well, you said allow me to speak.
Sharia, stoning for adultery.
If God is just, and we all agree God is just. We don't believe
Sharia.
a just God.
I don't believe in Sharia.
Well, madam, allow me to speak. I didn't interrupt when you were speaking, so allow me to speak.
I'm just enlightening.
But I haven't even said 3 words, and you interrupted.
So I'm just explaining.
Okay, wait. Allow me to expand on that. Can I expand on that, please? Okay, so God, we believe, is just, and a just God we do not need someone to die for our sin.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine you steal something, and instead of just saying, I stole something, forgive me, here it is, give it back to you. And then I say, no, Laura, the only way I can forgive you is actually if you kill my son, who's just, who have not committed that crime, who have not stolen anything whatsoever. Do you think that's a just? So say you stole something from me. For argument case, let me finish. A fiver, say a fiver, and then you came back to me and said, no, I'm so sorry, here's your fiver, forgive me. And I said, no, you know what, the only way you can be forgiven is if you have my just innocent child who have not committed a crime. The only way I can forgive you is if you kill him. Does that a just God? We don't believe that. And we don't believe either Jesus preached that. Unfortunately, I think...
Can I explain?
You know what, just to give her the explanation.
Yes, okay, I go for it. Now, supposing you've got the example of somebody takes a fiver off you and runs off with it.
Okay, yeah.
Now, can God forgive the person who runs off with your fiver?
Why not? He's all forgiven. He can just forgive them.
Well, with Islam, they say that he's got the power just to dismiss the sin. But our God, if you murdered somebody...
someone has to be killed.
We are saying he is just.
No, stick on that point. The person, Laura, can you ask her? The person who runs away with your fiver, what should happen to him? How would he be forgiven?
So that God Himself is going to pay the price, the penalty for that. So He has the moral.
Not God Himself, someone else, a son.
God Himself.
Another human being.
I know that Muslims think that Jesus is not God, not our Creator.
No, but how can innocent human beings die for the crime of the guilty?
By Him.
She
So God Himself,
used to wear a
in
nappy,
order to have the
had to have his arse wiped, had to be breastfed. Every time his nose needed wiping, somebody had to. That's God for him. That's God.
And your God would not do that.
Let's not go into
So
that.
our
Have
God,
his nose wiped.
in order to have the
or his butt
moral
wiped.
right, He doesn't want to just. Can't
It
just
doesn't
dismiss
befit. Yes, it
a
doesn't
sin
befit
that
God
has
to
hurt
change his nappy.
But if He takes the penalty himself,
If you want to walk away, I would just walk away.
I think it was nice talking to you. Sorry that she has to interrupt.
What I said about him is exactly what he said. He said, yes.
Subhanallah, that is a clean. She interjected it, and there you go. She made.
You're late today.
Guys,
If you notice,
Laura, thank you for speaking to me. Thank you, guys.
if you notice,
Thank
she was shaking.
Yeah.
She was shaking.
Subhanallah. It's just that she interrupted a good discussion, so may Allah guide them.